In this video we explore the Find Events feature within TrackGene. We can use Find Events when we want to pull information and data out of TrackGene. So maybe we want to look up certain pieces of data and information, and perhaps we also want to export those for further analysis in Excel, for example. So from the home screen I click on Find Events, and this opens the screen where I can build my search. On the left hand side I can select the information that I want to display in my search results. So I'm going to run through an example that perhaps I want to search for appointments that have occurred in the past, and there's certain pieces of information that I want to display in those search results. So under appointments I can select that I want to return perhaps the appointment date. I want to look at the appointment status and type, and perhaps I also want to see the staff members that attended that appointment, and also information about the patient or the person that attended as well. And I'm going to include their title, their surname, and I'm also going to include their hospital number and date of birth. There we go, hospital number. And you could select any other variations of this that you wanted to as well. If you wanted to include data from other tables as well, then all of those are listed on this drop down list. It's important to note here that what I've just selected is what I'm returning in the search results. They've got nothing to do with the criteria on which I'm searching. I could select criteria from entirely different sources if I want to. The criteria don't have to be contained in the search results. So moving on to criteria, I'm now going to add the criteria. And in this case I'm going to say that I'm searching for appointments between two particular dates. So my criteria is the appointment date, and I'm going to say that it's between, and I'm going to pretend that I'm looking at some historic data from appointments in 2012. And once I've entered that criteria I can then click search. This will then show me all of those fields that I've selected to be returned in my search results, and the criteria that it's using are all of the appointments that it can find between those two dates that I specified. So all the way from the 1st of January 2012 up to the last appointment that it can find in December of 2012. These search results can also be exported in a number of different formats. Most commonly people tend to export them into Excel, where you might be able to do some further analysis on that if you want to. If you close those search results, it will take you back to your screen where you've built that search. And if this is going to be a regular search that you do, perhaps it's something you're going to do every month or every quarter, you can actually save these results or this search criteria, so that it saves you having to build that search again each time. So I've just saved that into my example searches, and if I click on this you'll see that I could call that up again in the future, and I could rerun that same search and maybe just change these dates. You can add additional criteria if you want to, so you can actually build some very complex searches which have multiple criteria that they're applying to those search results. So hopefully that gives you a really good idea of how our Find Events feature works, and it will provide you with an opportunity to start exploring this feature in a bit more depth and building some of your own searches.